When I was 16, I won a great victory. I felt in that moment I would live to be 100. Now I know I shall not see 30.
Two great kings met in battle. He was the young and renowned king of Jerusalem, Baldwin IV, also known as the Leper King. Though wearing a strange silver mask, he still displayed the noble bearing of a king. The other was an outstanding military leader of the Muslim world, also praised as the most chivalrous of monarchs. Saladin, he led an army of 200,000 to attack the city of Jerusalem, but was persuaded to withdraw by the leper.
Withdrawal, we will all die here. Do we have terms?
We have terms.
This was the European continent in 1184. Brutal rule had left the people desperately poor. Many commoners fled thousands of miles to the holy city Jerusalem, some seeking wealth, others seeking redemption. But Jerusalem's king wore white robes and a silver mask, wrapping himself completely, actually to avoid frightening others. He summoned Balian, whom he had never met, to determine if he possessed the ability to govern. Then he brought out a map of the city's defenses. This happened to play to Balian's strengths. With just a quick glance, he pointed out numerous improvements and modifications, and his suggestions earned the Leper King's approval, carrying the Leper King's orders. Balian arrived at his fief of Ibelin only to find it was extremely barren. On this land, there were 1,000 acres and 100 households. To transform this into fertile ground, the first problem to solve was water, so he organized the people to dig wells in suitable locations. Even Balian participated alongside them. Finally, they found a water source. Then they built irrigation channels and directed the water to the parched fields. Several months later, the 1,000 acres of dry land were transformed into an oasis. The people could now prosper through their labor. But just as things were heading in a positive direction, a crusader force appeared nearby, led by Reynald, the princess's fiancé. They discovered a Muslim caravan in the area, thinking they could rob the caravan without anyone knowing. However, the Leper King soon received intelligence of an approaching army. Learning it was the Knights Templar, he sensed grave trouble and could only gather his troops to confront the situation himself. Outside the city, many civilians poured into Jerusalem because Muslim forces were slowly approaching. To protect the fleeing civilians, Balian led 100 knights charging resolutely toward the enemy vanguard. However, even with changing cavalry formations, a few hundred soldiers were no match for several thousand. Soon Balian and his men were all captured. But just as he was about to be executed, a familiar voice rang in his ears.